I'm a very curious person and this world's too big, so I do actually think that there's someone out there who thinks Attack of the Clones is the best Star Wars movie ever. If there's someone in the audience who thinks that, leave your comment explaining yourself. Don't be shy. We're gonna be very respectful. Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones was written, directed, and titled by George Lucas. One of the best titles ever for a film that really didn't help the prequel's reputation. I enjoyed this movie as a kid. The action was fun, and I wanted to be Anakin Skywalker with a blue lightsaber, but as an adult, I barely finished it. I at one point I was like, do I really have to finish it to make the review? And I was like, okay, fine, let's finish this thing. And I already reviewed the Phantom Menace, and I talked about the fact that that film felt very exhausting. This one feels even more exhausting because a lot of things happen, and at the same time, not that much happens in the story. It's kind of weird. There are things that are better than episode 1. One of them is the acting. It feels less robotic. A little bit better though. There's a lot of problems with acting though. Hayden Christensen is Anakin Skywalker. I love that guy, and I still think that the biggest problem with the prequels acting is George Lucas, because there are good scenes with him and there are bad scenes with him. But obviously, like always, people like to focus on the things that don't work, but they don't talk about the scenes that he's actually good in them. Not that much in this film. There are more scenes that he is good at in Revenge of the Sith though. The first act is this political thriller where they're trying to assassinate Padme, and Obi-Wan is this detective quest, and the concepts are interesting. Both concepts are cool, but the execution, not that much. There are still some things that are cool, like the city chase is really awesome. There are a lot of fun moments, and the clone army thing is very intriguing, but most of it is just talking scenes, it's just exposition. Lucas trying to give character development through their words, and it's boring as shit. The shots linger for a lot, and I really do think that Lucas needed like a rhythm coordinator or something for the film, although I think that's called an editor. What happened there? I like the banter between Anakin and Obi-Wan. These two actors have a lot of chemistry. Unfortunately, their shared screen time is interrupted when Anakin has to protect Padme in Naboo and Obi-Wan has to go into this detective quest. And the romance is a big portion of this movie, and it really doesn't work. The best thing that you can do in adventure movies or action movies or science fiction movies with romance is give them some fun. Have the characters actually like have small talk or have a very interesting banter like Leia and Han. And then when things get serious, you can get them to talk seriously and you understand them and you feel for them. Even Doom Part 2 did that so well. But for the moment Anakin and Padme meet again in this film, it's instantly cheesy, over sentimental, it's just cringeworthy. Like I said, the acting has improved since episode 1. But the dialogue might be worst. And a lot of it feels so repetitive.
You know I don't like it when you do that.
I hate it when he does that.
Anakin, you've grown up. You've changed so much.
Be mindful of your thoughts, Anakin. They betray you.
Patience. Use the Force. Think.
You wanna buy some death sticks?
But what exactly is this movie about? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff happening in this film, and I don't know. Like, I can't give you a synopsis of the film because there's a lot of shit going on, and I really don't know. I'm so confused. Yeah, I can tell you that it's a romance between Anakin and Padme, that there's a lot of things going on with the war. Palpatine wants emergency powers to do whatever he wants with the galaxy. But there's a lot of stuff here, a lot of plot going on, and not that much story. And it really feels, the rhythm is just broken here. The best part in the second act is when Anakin is trying to save his mom from the Tusken Raiders, and she dies, and he gets angry. He kills all of them. That's a good scene, and that's the first taste that we have of Revenge of the Sith. So that's easily one of the best scenes of the movie. Might be the best scene of the movie, and it's the story that Lucas was really passionate to show us but for some reason he didn't do it with the first two films. These two films feel like filler. Also, something that I finally realized watching Attack on the Clones is that at least the first two prequels have this issue with the action sequences. The action sequences don't progress the story or don't give that much character development. All of those things are given to the talking scenes. The talking scenes is when you understand these characters with what they're saying, you understand the story, but then when you get the action sequences, it feels like the story pauses. And it's so weird because, yeah, the action sequences are the thing that are the most entertaining about this film, but are also the things that feel the less necessary about the movie. It just feels like a lot of noises and a lot of visuals going on. While the talking scenes, while important, they are boring. So it's definitely not a win-win scenario here. That being said, talking about noises, the sound design is once again amazing. The seismic charge, the sound that thing, it's fucking awesome. I love it. The third act of the movie is just action, action, action. There's not that much story, like I said. The lightsaber duel between Anakin, Obi-Wan versus Count Dooku, it's probably one of the worst in the saga. And Count Dooku is actually an interesting character. I like him as a villain, although he doesn't do that much in this film, or he's not that much in this film. He's portrayed by Christopher Lee. That's a big plus, by the way. Rest in peace. But like, I needed more of him because he was very interesting. The things that are going on with his plan to eradicate the Sith, but at the same time he's working for them, that's something very interesting. The best moment in the third act is Yoda versus Count Dooku. This is a badass fight. I love how it starts with Dooku throwing things to Yoda and Yoda like, meh. And Dooku says,
"It is obvious that this contest cannot be decided by our knowledge of the Force, but by our skills with a lightsaber."
Yoda just jumping around, and I don't know, it's so awesome. I love this fight scene. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, but it's also cool to see Yoda doing all these crazy things. The Clone Army is released, and the Clone Wars has started, and Padme and Anakin get married, and that's about it. That's everything that I have to say about Attack of the Clones. This might be my least favorite Star Wars movie. I will decide after watching one of the sequels though. I won't tell you which one is. Please wait for those reviews. But I'm between this and one of those sequels. This one was barely watchable, honestly. I'm between two grades right now. I'm trying to decide which grade to give the film. I'm gonna give Attack of the Clones a 5 out of 10. Oof, I was about to give it a 4, but I think a 5 is fine. Through the months of April and May, I'm reviewing every single Star Wars movie in the episodic saga. I'm also making some analysis things and a surprise video towards the end of this series. This week I'm watching Revenge of the Sith in the theaters though. And that review I'm actually really pumped to make because holy shit, I love Revenge of the Sith. Sorry, spoiler, but my god, I can't wait to like share my experience in the theater with Star Wars nerds all around me. It will be a lot of fun. Like always, thank you for watching and take care of your time.